All right, let's get right into it. Today we are going to unlock one of the most important and often misunderstood parts of your IELTS writing score, lexical resource. If you're trying to get a higher band, you are definitely in the right place.
So does this sound familiar? You practiced your essay structures, you've done the mock tests, but for some reason your writing score just will not move past a band 6. It's so frustrating, right? Well, more often than not, the key to breaking through that wall, it comes down to your vocabulary.
And welcome to The Explainer. This is where we break down expert advice from IELTS Guide Phil into clear, actionable steps that you can actually use to ace your exam and open up those global opportunities.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to figure out what lexical resource even is. Then, we'll decode what the examiners are really looking for in the band descriptors. After that, we get practical. We're going to build your vocabulary toolkit, see how it works in real examples, and then wrap up with some super important do's and don'ts.
So first things first, what in the world is lexical resource? Well, let me put it this way. It's the 25% of your writing score that you absolutely positively cannot afford to mess up.
Just look at this chart. Your entire writing score is split evenly into 4 big chunks. That means your vocabulary, your lexical resource, is just as important as your grammar, your essay structure, and how well you answer the question itself. It's a full quarter of your final mark. Think about that.
So what does that actually mean? Look, it's not just about memorizing a bunch of big or fancy words. The examiners are looking at 3 things. Your range, do you have lots of different words? Your accuracy, are you using them correctly? And your sophistication, are you using them appropriately for an academic essay?
Now for the fun part. If you want to improve your score, you have to know the rules of the game. So, we're going to decode the official IELTS band descriptors. This is where we'll see exactly what separates a pretty good score from a really great one.
Okay, this table tells the whole story. At a band 6, you're using an adequate range of words, and you're trying to use less common ones, but maybe you make a few mistakes. Now, to jump to a band 7, you need a sufficient range that gives you more flexibility, and you're using those less common words with a real awareness of style. And that leap to band 8, that's about using a wide range fluently and skillfully. See the pattern? It's all about growing your range, your precision, and your confidence.
So the big question is, how do you actually make that jump? Well, it's time to start building your toolkit, and IELTS Guide Phil has a fantastic framework for this, which we're going to break down into 3 simple parts.
Okay, tool number 1, sophisticated connectors. This is an easy win. Instead of just saying and, but, or so, try using words like furthermore, conversely, or consequently. They instantly make your writing sound more academic and really help guide the examiner through your arguments.
Next up in your toolkit, synonyms. This is your secret weapon against repeating yourself. You know how easy it is to use a word like important over and over again? Well, instead, you can swap it for crucial, vital, or paramount. This is such a simple way to show the examiner, hey, I have a wide vocabulary.
And the final piece of your toolkit is topic-specific vocabulary. This is a game changer. If you're writing about the environment, using words like carbon footprint or biodiversity shows that you can talk about the subject with real precision. It proves you have a deep command of the language, not just some general words.
All right, so you've got the toolkit. Now let's see what happens when we actually use it. It's time to put these tools to work and see for yourself how just a few small word changes can have a huge impact on your score.
Let's look at this intro. The basic version, it's fine. It gets the point across. But the enhanced version? Wow! It swaps good for a transformative force and helps students learn better becomes significantly enhances educational outcomes. It's saying the same thing but with so much more academic precision. That is the difference between a band 6 and a band 7 or 8. Right there. Here's a classic mistake. Repetition. Using important 4 times is like waving a giant red flag at the examiner. It screams limited vocabulary. But look at the fix. By swapping in synonyms like crucial, essential, and vital, the writing suddenly feels so much more dynamic and impressive.
And finally, let's talk about register. This just means your tone. Your IELTS essay has to sound formal and academic. Words like lots of folks, kids, and super distracting are way too informal. But look at the fix. It's transformed into proper academic language. Many educators argue prohibited in academic settings, disruptive influence. This is the tone you're aiming for.
We've covered a ton of ground, so to bring it all home, here's your quick reference guide for the big day.
Think of these as your golden rules for nailing lexical resource.
Let's run through these one more time. You absolutely do want to vary your language, be precise, and check your spelling. And please, don't repeat yourself, use informal language, or make silly errors. And maybe the most important rule of all, don't try to force in a complex word if you're not 100% sure how to use it. Accuracy is always, always better than trying to show off and getting it wrong.
And that really brings us to this powerful piece of advice from IELTS Guide Phil. Your vocabulary should serve your ideas, not overshadow them. The goal here is crystal clear communication. Your words are just tools to make your arguments stronger and more precise. So, ask yourself, are your words helping your ideas shine, or are they just getting in the way? Ready to keep going? You can dive deeper by reading the full blog post over at IELTSGuidePhil.com. Of course, you can watch more explainers just like this one right here on the YouTube channel. For even more, check out the deep dives on the Spotify podcast and join the Facebook community for extra support. Don't worry, all the links are waiting for you in the description. And hey, if you want that personalized feedback, just comment below to learn all about IELTS Guide Phil's coaching services. Thanks so much for watching.